Hey, Lauren, thanks very much. The American Heart Association says nearly half of all American adults are living with high blood pressure, but many of them don't realize it until it leads to a serious health problem. June is Men's Health Month, and WMAR News' Mark Roper's outside the University of Maryland Medical Center in downtown Baltimore. Mark, the doctors there managed to save this local man's life.
Yeah, Christian, it's really an incredible story. We spoke with this Anne Arundel County man who had an aortic aneurysm 2.5 years ago, and since then he's had to make some life changes, but he's slowly getting his life back to the active person he once was.
High blood pressure was something Orlando January never really thought about.
I wasn't a hypertensive person until maybe my late 30s. And my doctor always said, hey, you're kind of close, but you seem to be okay. And it was pretty much because I was very athletic and involved in sports and traveling and so forth. So didn't worry about it too much.
That is until right before his 50th birthday in January 2019.
I had something called an aortic aneurysm or an aortic dissection. So it was over time, you get the buildup of pressure in your aorta. Usually it's stress or old age, but it kind of expanded and I had a split tear. So I had to do emergency surgery.
January describes how doctors monitored his recovery for 2 years, making sure both his heart rate and the aortic prosthesis placed in his chest stabilized. And there was something else he had to watch.
Watch what you eat, cut out spicy foods. Little things will trigger my blood pressure. So I learned that very quickly. So a lot of the spicy stuff I pretty much cut out. And, if you have a little taste every now and then, it's okay. But you really got to change your diet, particularly if you had a very spicy or very salt-driven diet.
He's also reading labels and counting calories.
To make sure I kind of watch my BMI, to make sure that I'm not too heavy for my height and so forth. I think I'm a pretty decent size, which also helped me for the surgery and recovery.
Diet and exercise are always important. We need to keep in mind that we have to read those labels. The amount of sodium you get is not coming from the salt shaker.
January is scheduled for a checkup about every 6 months. Meanwhile, he's gradually getting back into an active lifestyle.
Exercise has been shown to even have some impact on even relaxing blood vessels within the body. So the blood vessel that's tight and stiff and it's constricted, if you will, is going to cause have a higher blood pressure than the blood vessel that is relaxed.
For January, it means taking short walks and lifting light weights to maintain good cardiovascular health. But that's just the beginning of a return to normal for this world traveler.
The first long flight that I took was maybe 3 hours because of sitting position. So, trying to get myself up physically, I do some Pilates, which has been very helpful. But I haven't taken a 12-hour trip, but I certainly want to see the Great Wall of China. That's one of my bucket list things. And I do plan to do that.
That definitely sounds great. For more information about hypertension, just look for the story on our website, WMAR2news.com. Reporting live in downtown Baltimore, Mark Roper, WMAR2 News.